Hello everyone and welcome back to Dan WrestleFan. Today, we are going to look at a few of the wrestling rings I've collected over the years. Just a few of my favorite ones here that we pulled, talk about them a little bit, what I like about them, what I don't like about them. So let's just kind of get into it. But before that, as you guys can see, obviously the workspace is I'm reworking it. We are going to have a whole new presence and stage and everything here, but right now this is all under construction, so sadly no Women's Royal Rumble this month. We're undergoing renovations here. I'm actually going to try and add on to it. We're going to try and make a longer stage, that way I can kind of set up like a backstage area, garage, stuff like that for all the cars and trucks and everything that Mattel's been putting out. Just kind of have everything flow into one big awesome scenario, or have like two separate tables, one that's going to be backstage stuff and one that's going to be like our venue and everything like that. So let's look at the rings and stuff. First, we have this WWF Raw is War ring that it's probably the oldest ring that I have. A good old Jakks Pacific ring. No room to stand guys on the apron. Like, it's actually kind of bigger than the Mattel basic rings. So, kind of like that, but the Jakks figures were also bigger. You have these nice, well, I say nice, but wide ring post tops so you can stand people on here, because the Jakks figures had such big feet. So for Mattel figures, this is actually pretty nice, because a lot of your figures will stand on here, unless you have larger guys that, like an Otis, can't stand on here, because you can't get his legs closed, and you can't stand him on the turnbuckle, because it just, turnbuckles are what they are. But very simple, very basic ring, but a lot of fun. Still like it a lot. Mostly the nostalgia wins on this one, but I like this ring a lot. That's why he made the list of one of the rings I really like. That's my oldest ring that I like, but let's look at the second oldest one that I have here. This was the steel cage ring that I believe is also a Jakks Pacific ring. You can open the side here. Well, you can open any side that you want. It looks like I removed all the stickers at one point. I still have the black pads that go there. It is these here. It's just a strip that connects from one to another, but I figured I like the padding that I have as my little pleather mat better, so there's no point in me connecting all of these back on like that, it has a little crease there so it looks like individual mats, but I guess that's cool. Maybe I could add them back on. I don't know. It's a hassle, because sometimes I take the cage off of this. The only problem with this is that it's not, like, the ring is a little small, because it's just, it looks like the ring that, maybe they would use at a house show or something. It's not meant for, like, modern day elites. It's not scaled to their size. So you've got guys that, you'll stand a guy in here and, like, his butt is right here. And it's like, okay, that shouldn't be that low, but this was also a Jakks ring from way back in the day. But I really like this one a lot. This is probably my second or third favorite ring that I have, because you've got the door that opens, that you can't see. There it goes. You can see the door opens to let people in. It's great for pick fetting if you want to do a steel cage match, because you just open this guy over here and you've got some room to fight along the edge for, like, suicide dives. Basically, there's not a ton of room there to fight. Obviously, if you stand a guy in here, they can probably reach up and touch. Like, if you put a Sheamus or Andre the Giant, for sure. It's not a very tall ring, but, whatever. It's the steel cage is just awesome. To get a replica, like, to size steel cage would be pretty darn hard to make, or anything like that. You've got your launch trap up here, and I did lose the little piece in here, the slider, so I have this slider that will release your hatch. So you can slam people through the cage, back into the ring, back into the mat, do all that fun stuff. That's this awesome ring, and I really love this one. This one is like a timeless treasure to me. Just one of my favorite rings all around. Next, we'll look at, I have the SmackDown and Raw rings. These were the Elite rings that came with I think Raw came with a Goldberg and SmackDown came with an Elite Jinder Mahal. I think is how that happened. Basically, all they do is they light up like that. They just flash a light. That's really all it is. It's a better like to size scale for your elites and stuff. There's not a ton of room on the apron though. Like you can stand a guy there to do tags, but you can't they can't fight out here on the apron. You can't recreate the Rhea Ripley Royal Rumble out here on this apron for the Ripley win. There's just not enough room. Can't stand your figures around like that. They've got the 1 or 2 sides, I guess, that you can pull and slide tables and whatever. And then the other 2 sides are just this hard plastic. Then those are the ones that light up on this, and then obviously the opposite side. So they're okay. I mean, they're not my favorite rings by any stretch. I like them because of like the branding, the red ropes, Raw, SmackDown, blue ropes. Like that's cool. But other than that, I'm not wild about these rings. Back here, I didn't get to play with this one yet, but you guys can see I'm gearing up for a War Games. We've got tables, ladders, chairs, the announce table, trash cans, kendo sticks, barbed wire boards, all kinds of stuff. I just got this out of the box not too long ago, so the biggest thing I don't like about this is that these are the spring-loaded mats. Like they have the spring-loaded. I hate that. It's so hard for pick fetting. Because when you, especially in like a War Games, because you'll pile a bunch of people in there and it's all just going to like lean around. So I don't like that. Maybe I can put like a foam block underneath of it in the corners, put some foam blocks just to stop it from leaning. That's my plan I'm going to hope to do. So we'll see if I can get any War Games pick feds done with these rings. I bought this so I can get the War Games cage. That's what it was. I really wanted this War Games cage to be able to do War Games stuff, but I don't know how well. I tried building a cage before like this because I wanted to make an elimination chamber. So I tried building one. They're very difficult. You need a lot of patience that even my patience lacks to build that, but it was yeah, it didn't turn out too well. So until I can find a good model to go off of to build a nice elimination chamber, then I can do a War Games and everything. But yeah, I don't think this is going to make it real high in my rankings list, just because I don't like these spring-loaded. I don't like these. I have the NXT's like original one, and I think I have a Raw and a SmackDown one. I think I still have those. I don't know if I have those or got rid of them or what happened to them. But yeah, they're not my favorite. I do like, though, that all the turnbuckles have these little pegs. You can see it right there. One right here on the top. So you can stand your figures and use the little peg to go in the peg hole in the feet and kind of stand them on the ropes. That, I think, is pretty cool. Next, we're going to look at this one here. This is the AEW Aubrey Edwards ring. The ring that you get to get the Aubrey Edwards figure. I just don't have the AEW skirt or any of the turnbuckle covers on, mostly because this is the ring that we were using whenever we were doing our original Battle Royals off of this thing. And 2, I think all the turnbuckles are branded Double or Nothing. They all have like the AEW brand. It's like, I just want to keep this like kind of like a PC training center ring, like performance center style, just kind of keep it loosey-goosey. I could acetone all the Double or Nothing stuff off, but then I don't have it if I ever want the Double or Nothing. But it does have your tag ropes, so whoever's tagging has their rope to hold. You have plenty of room out here on the apron. That's this ring dimensionally inside. Hold on, let's not. Oh, we lost a piece there. That's okay. This ring inside the ropes to inside the ropes of these, I think, is exactly the same. I think it's the same inner dimensions from inside to inside. The AEW ring is so much taller because they give you apron space. Like that compared to that. That's your WWE apron space. That's your AEW apron space. So much apron space to work with. So just an awesome ring. This is probably my favorite ring that you can buy, is the AEW ring. I think there's one with Sting now too, which it's so let's see, that's Double or Nothing. I don't know what Sting's is. Is that not Payback? Is it Vengeance? Maybe? I don't know. I don't remember what Sting's ring is, but this is the Double or Nothing ring with Aubrey Edwards. Again, best ring that you can buy. And this is like $120 or whatever. I think they're like 120 or 110, something like that. But my favorite ring by far is this one right here. Now, why do I like this one? A couple reasons. One, it's completely customizable. But this one is only, I think this one was $40. But it's the best ring out there because this is one that you can make. I made this with balsa wood. I bought the ropes. I bought the turnbuckles and the pads all online. Everything else I made, just used a piece of pipe, cut it down into 4 even sections. I ran a little bit of wood down in here so you have something to screw into. On the bottom, I've got tension cables so you can collapse your ring. You take the tension cable off of one side, pop that little screw out right there. I don't know if you guys can see, it's right here in the middle. You pop that screw out, you can take this whole post off and collapse your ring. Like you can have full ring collapse. I cut out a little section in here, so when you're playing on top, this is all solid balsa wood, it's not going anywhere. But I cut out a little section that if you want to have someone get slammed through the mat, you want them to get slammed through the ring, you can take this, remove that piece out, someone will hit, and it's going to look like they're going to fall through the ring. Now I have to release the tension of the mat a little bit to do that. So if I pull it like that, look how much more room you have for someone to slam through the ring. And when you look at it up top, it's like, holy crap, they're falling through the ring. Or you can do the opposite effect. If you have, I have other, I basically bought a, like those bed sheets, like the slick ones, whatever, which is why it's all like, this mat's all creased and everything. I cut them up so that I have one that's solid, one that has a hole here, so you can slam someone through, or you can have someone come up out of the ring. Like if you wanted to recreate The Fiend, Daniel Bryan, come up out of the ring, pull him in, throw the hair, you know, all that. You can do all that. But this cost me like $40, maybe. I know it was under 50. But with inflation, because I made this a few years ago, with inflation and everything, it's probably going to be closer to 50, maybe $60 to make this. But it's still cheaper than buying, you know, my favorite buyable ring. You can still make this cheaper. So I highly recommend for all you guys that, you know, are following the channel, you guys are doing your own thing. If you want your own customizable ring, I would highly recommend just making one. This was super easy to make. I mean, yeah, it was a little bit frustrating at some points, trying to, you know, you have to get all your holes to line up here to drill your turnbuckles in on your ring posts. It was a little bit frustrating, but, you know, other than that, it came together really well. You just undo your tension cables, and when you undo those, you can pull this tension wire off, collapse your ring. There's one little screw I think I already said this, but just to reiterate, there's one little screw right there, right where my thumbnail is. One little screw right up in there. There, you can see it. Take that out, this whole ring post is completely free to move however you want. I mean, you guys, I think, would be very, very, very happy doing a custom ring like this. I did make mine, I think I went with a 20 by 20 mat here, but look how much apron space I have. Like, you've got all the, you can stand your figure sideways on this. This is almost the length of my thumb. Almost. That's how, I mean, you've got a lot of room. You can stand guys sideways. You can do basically whatever you want, because my inside is 18 to 18, which is larger than the SmackDown and Raw. I tried to make it big. That way when I have like big feuds, this ring feels right. Like, you can get the Wyatt family versus Judgment Day versus Undisputed Era versus DX. Like, you can get all those guys in here and still have some room to play in there to throw your characters around and everything. But anyway, guys, that's just kind of a look at a few of my rings. I think, obviously, the customizable, the ones that you can make, because you can do anything you want with this. You can do anything you want. You can collapse it. You can do cutaway holes. You can take all the ropes off. I don't like this white on white. I think I might switch the ropes out to black. But then I'm going to have the black on the black. You know what? I'm going to switch the mat out, I think. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to switch this mat out to black. So I have the black bumpers, turnbuckle pads. I have the black mat, and I'll have the white ropes. I think that would look pretty sharp. But yeah, you can customize whatever you want. You can change your bumper pads. You can do whatever. Like, these are just, it's just a piece of foam in there. That's, when I got this and saw how, like, simple it was, I was like, I probably could have made these, but it would have taken a lot of time to make all of them, because there's 12 of these. It's like, that would have taken a while to make all 12 of those. But maybe if I'm feeling ambitious, I can make some different colored ones, or at least 4, and then do like a middle one that's a different color. But yeah, guys, this is super fun, super easy to make. This is between the AEW, I love this ring a lot, and I love this ring a lot because of the steel cage. Take away the cage, this ring is, it's okay. I like the blue mat, and I like the red ropes, but it's not great. So this is probably my second favorite ring. Probably second best one you can buy. These are okay. They're just, you're basically just buying the lights and the Elite figure. That, I mean, Goldberg and Jinder Mahal, I don't really think are worth the price. The rings are okay. If you need a SmackDown and a Raw ring that are more like to scale for Elites, these are perfect. That's what you want to get. But again, if you do a customizable one, you can just buy the aprons and throw the aprons on. But yeah, number 2, tied with number 2 because of the steel cage. I think this one's going to be a lot of fun, the War Games one. I think I'm going to have fun with it. I just don't like the little rings that are in it. So that's probably that, and then my Raw is War are probably, actually, you know what? Raw is War, because you're a solid ring, you're going to be better. This is probably dead last because I hate those little spring-loaded rings. I just love the War Games steel cage around it. That's why I love that one. That's why this is in the video, because all the other crappy rings that I have that are those spring-loaded ones, I didn't even put in the video. But anyway, guys, hopefully you enjoyed seeing some of the rings that I have. I definitely recommend you guys make your own rings. These are awesome. I think I might do another one here before too long, and maybe use that as a giveaway. I think whenever, I don't know, that would be a lot to ship, though. That would be a lot to ship. Maybe I won't do a ring as a giveaway. That'll be hard to ship. Something like that. And I have to send it like disassembled, and then you'd have to assemble it when it got to you. That would be tough. That would be tough. Okay, maybe not a ring. But I definitely want to do, well, so when we get to 500 subscribers, I'm doing my first giveaway. You guys let me know. Do you want a figure from, like, you want me to send a figure from my collection? Do you want me to send a custom figure that I made? Like, you want me to make something custom, or do you want me to go out and buy something like cool? Or like a figure that's like, oh man, this is one I really like, and I want to send it to you. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. What would you rather have? Would you rather have like a custom figure that I made? And when I say custom, I mean like a, updated Balor, Alexa Bliss, Red and Black, Joker Balor, like a custom figure that I'll sit down and paint. Maybe I'll even paint it on the channel, and then send it out to whoever wins. Or would you like me to just go out and buy something? Like, let me go get for example, I have this Pentagon new in box. Would you like something like that? Like, hey, I'll send you a figure new in box, or I can send you something from my collection that, hey, I've got, a bunch of these guys just hang. Let me send you, randomly pull this one. A Sami Zayn. Not a bad figure, not my favorite figure. I wouldn't send this one. This is not good enough. You guys are worth more than this Sami Zayn figure. So I would say, like this awesome new Ricochet. I love this figure so much. I don't know how hard he is to find, but if he's like super common, then maybe I won't send this one. But I'll send something that's like got some value to it, But you guys let me know what it is you'd rather have. Something new in a box, something from collection, or something custom. Until then, we'll see you next time, guys. Bye!